Raise your hands if you're really, really, and I mean really tired right now. There's a lot of people in there with their hands in the air. I want to start today by expressing my gratitude to you all. The amount of hard work, the dedication, and the patience that you give every single week has just been unbelievable. I've seen it, Joel's seen it, Mike has seen it, and we have all been so impressed with your guys' performance so far. Even the parents see the amount of effort that you guys put in for their kids. I've had parents come up to me and telling me how wonderful of a staff that we have. And it's not because of me, it's not because of Joel or Mike, it's because of you guys. You guys are the ones making the change and the impact and the relationships with these campers. And you are the most important people sitting in this room right now. Because without you guys as the backbone of Camp Tecumseh, Camp Tecumseh would cease to exist. You're the ones that make the difference. You're the ones that make the magic happen. The reason why I wanted to talk to you guys today is that it's been 6 weeks and we've been doing an awesome job. But we had to remember that we still have 4 more weeks to go before we are finally done with the summer. That means week 6, week 7, week 8, and week 9. And what I want to make sure that everybody understands is that in between this time period, we are expected to have over 2,400 campers walk through our doors. That should show you that there's still a lot of work to be done before this summer is over. And I want to make sure that nobody has this mentality that the summer is almost over, we only have 4 more weeks, because 4 weeks is a long time, ladies and gentlemen, and we need to make sure that we understand that. The reason why I want to make sure everybody understands that is because I've started to see some bad habits forming. We've started to become complacent. And what I mean by complacent is, who here knows of a man named Andrew Grove? Andrew Grove was a co-founder of Intel. And one of the best quotes he ever said was, "Success breeds complacency. Complacency breeds failure." And we want to avoid that here at Camp Tecumseh. We want to make sure that we are not becoming complacent with our jobs by cutting those corners, because honestly, when it comes down to it, the reason why we're getting paid, the reason why we're here, is to make those relationships with those campers. And once we start kind of cutting those corners by making those relationships, that's when our reputation starts to get harmed as well. So it's up to us in order to make sure that we stay on our toes throughout the next 4 weeks. And it gets hard. I understand it. I was a counselor myself at a time, and honestly, weeks 6 and 7 and 8, it starts becoming a real grind. You know, to wake up from flagpole in the morning, to be able to have everybody's like on time, to be able to manage 10 campers and do the same things over and over again. It gets tedious. I've been there. I know that. But it's our job in order to make sure that each camper has the best summer of their entire life. We need to understand that campers aren't as lucky as we are. We get to be at camp all summer long, 9 weeks straight. How fun is that? But some of these campers only get to be able to be at camp for 1 week. And it's not fair to the guy week 1 versus the guy week 5. If week 5, all the counselors basically start becoming lackadaisical with their jobs. It's not fair to him. He's been waiting all summer long in order to be here, and when he finally gets here, all of a sudden, all the counselors are more preoccupied by sitting down on the side of a football game, just kind of talking to the counselors because they really don't want to take the effort to get to know their campers. That's a no. That's a no, and I'm going to put my foot down on that right now. It's up to you guys in order to make sure that we do not become complacent through these next 4 weeks. We are a part of the change business, and in order to be a part of the change business, we need to be able to make those connections. So doesn't it kind of seem kind of counterproductive when we are trying to maintain these relationships, but we're not putting forth the effort? That's why for these next 4 weeks, I really want to challenge you guys to be even better counselors than you've been from the first 5 weeks up till now. And you guys can do this. There's really simple steps in order to make sure that you guys are solely focused on the campers and not about you guys. Not about you guys. The first thing is that get your rest. Make sure that after a long day, you guys have been out in the sun for 12 plus hours. It's time for you to get some sleep. And I know that some of you guys want to stay on your porch and talk to your buddies until like the early hours in the morning, but it's not going to help you. You're going to wake up groggy, you're going to wake up tired, and it's not going to only have a negative impact on you, it's also going to have a negative impact on the relationships and the connections that you make for the following day. In addition, there's a reason why we have nights off, ladies and gentlemen. We want to make sure that you guys can still hang out and still have a good time with each other, but not at the expense of the campers. So when it comes to we're going to be with our activities and we're going to be with our cabins, make sure that we are fully invested with them and not just sitting to the side talking to our friends about the latest camp gossip. You guys can do that on your own time. We give you guys that time in order to make sure that doesn't happen. Finally, I understand 6 weeks now, you guys have been doing the same thing over and over again. It gets a little monotonous. But it's up to you guys in order to make sure that you have that you basically set the tone for the week. If you kind of go in there a little groggy, like bored, like, yeah, we have to go do this activity, your campers aren't going to have that great of a time. But if you guys come in there excited and happy, they're going to be thrilled and they're going to have the greatest summer of their entire lives. So I really challenge you guys between now and the end of the summer to be the best possible camper counselors that you can be and to give it everything that you got, because we only have 4 weeks and I know that we can do this. All right, so guys, let's get out there, let's have a really great time, and let's make sure that we give it our all.